Welcome back to Beasts of Bose. Don't forget to smash that like button before you even watch this episode, because you know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm your host, Tal. That's Snap. He's got my back. Hey, Snap.
Remember to dislike and unsubscribe.
I hope our audio didn't work.
Gotta have balance.
Like, comment, and survive.
Because if you don't, you won't.
I checked
Anyway.
it works. It's good.
Okay. I realized I forgot to have the music on, but we're good now.
Okay. Oh yeah, one little thing. Possible retcon? I didn't go back to watch, but I forget what Huston said when you asked him, when you first entered the city, where are you going, or something. He would have said he's never been here before. His route had never taken him here before. But he might have said, like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, retcon.
I think when we ran into the thugs in the alleyway, we asked him, like, is this usual? And I think he said, no, it didn't happen the last time I was here, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Maybe like at a certain threshold we got into the city, we entered a different time zone.
Perhaps. But he's never been to Neverby. Or at least he says he hasn't.
Not this time.
Okay, who wants to recap?
I have a feeling that Snap should do it.
I was actually going to suggest it, so yeah, I can do it. I will read from my notes that I left last time. These are pretty Cashmere-centric, as you might expect. Starting in Mamelon, Cashmere receives a letter from Falzone about his mother being sick. Only Crim really knows about that, other than him. Begrudgingly, Cashmere leads the party to Neighborsby across the Sandswent Inlet after learning that the letter was sent 3.5 weeks ago. When they make it to Neighborsby, Cashmere relays that he might be wanted here. Then they're immediately shaken down by drafts, which are black and white rabbits. And in the middle of the combat, Falzone shows up and helps them fight. A capybara is killed in the battle, and Wade goes to pay his respects. Falzone leaves, directing the party to Conman's closet.
Okay.
Oh, a new map. Or probably the same map.
He goes to pay his respects, he rounds the corner, and you just hear like a zip sound effect, and zip!
Hey Biggle, what happened like between last session and current session?
Yeah, give us a rundown.
For anybody who might not have been able to read anything.
Let's see, well, I mean, I figure it did happen in private, so if you want, we could just, like, take it from that perspective of the people around the corner.
Well, it's
You
more
guys
about,
want-
bringing potential viewers in on it, but hey, your call.
Oh yeah. Just Wade had a conversation with the capybara, asking if basically there's any sort of lingering favors or such that he could do to help her in death, but she said no, and they just shared a little convo and what have yous before he snapped her away.
She seemed very accepting of what happened to her.
Alright, you are in Neighborby in this alley. Wade, perhaps you've finished your duty or task, whatever you refer to it as, and they're making your way back. As I mentioned, people seem to have seen this altercation turned deadly, but they are keeping their distance. There are people watching from the windows of businesses and such, and must be some type of pub or restaurant in the building just north of the overhang above you. Really, they know what's going on. No authorities in sight, at least not yet. And there's broad daylight about you. Falzone has already made his exit. What do you do?
I suppose Wade probably rounds the corner, a little remorse. You just see his shoulders sag a little bit. Her name was Jasmine. From the Droughts. Heard about that base spirit, I think. Aron was his name. That's all there really is to say. We should get out of here.
What should we do with these guys? Alex gestures at the two unconscious rabbits on the ground.
They'll be fine. Somebody else will come pick them up. It's not our problem.
Turner will kind of look to Huston and then tell him, well, seems to be a trend everywhere we go, where we have to do something about what are the meals called again? Riding lizards or something?
Giant lizards, yeah.
Yeah. about the riders, but he kind of like just leaves that hanging for him.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the implication. What about the lizards?
So basically, every time they arrive to a new place, they have to kind of, have to ask you to do something with them.
Oh. Okay. Huston looks like he's taking deep breaths to steady himself and not looking at the bodies on the ground.
They're alive.
Right. We can go that way. Yeah. And he gets the lizards ready and starts pushing them that way.
Cashmere steps off the wall, and just dully says, "Come on, I'll show us where to go."
We shall follow.
Okay. Away you go. Soon after a couple of turns. Maybe it was all a dream. Maybe you're just re-entering Gaverby and who knows, everything's fine now. And you're back through brighter streets, more busy streets without any sign of anything amiss. Again, lots of rabbits, capybaras, mostly small buildings. And every now and then, let's have a perception check from everyone, please.
Oh boy, perception check.
My favorite.
Like to mention, like the Star Wars Cantina theme playing as we entered, and then stopping during the fight, and then playing again as we left the alley.
Do. Please don't copyright us, Disney.
Well,
That's pretty good. It's 25.
Hey, more than doubled mine. I got the same
Right.
die roll, Beagle, but I only have a plus
Nice,
one.
nice and mediocre roll. I'm glad.
Great.
12.
And what was Crim?
oh shit! I was also doing a perception. I'm terrible.
Everybody.
At those.
You choose
Don't
to
worry,
fail.
Cashmere's carrying us.
Don't you have those big ol' eyes?
Don't worry, I actually rolled well. 14.
Okay, fittingly, Cashmere is the only one to succeed. You feel vibrations of deep sound waves in motion from your paws that touch the ground, as much as from the hubbub around you. It's so busy here, it's kind of distracting, but you also know, because you may or may not be from here, that a lot of Naverby is underground. So, there's always that. That's all.
I feel like he wouldn't have to even roll a perception check for that. It's like something you'd already know.
They're very subtle.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, Cashmere doesn't even stop walking. Just looks down at his paws his feet for a second. Keeps walking.
Where are you leading the party, Cashmere?
Who? Con man's closet, wherever that is.
Okay.
Never thought I'd have to
Cashmere
go
knows
back
the
in.
way.
It's a pretty big city, this place. Unless some of you have been to Karifi, this might be the second biggest city in the world.
Oh.
Never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
You must be cautious.
Well,
Lots of key song being spoken around you more often than common, as I mentioned earlier. You'll see temples every now and then. Joaquin seems to be the prevailing deity, which you would all know is about trade, commerce, as well as some other ones. But it's definitely a spice pot here. Lots of tension, lots of different folks. But you find a quieter turn of the streets and buildings, downhill a little bit, shadier and shadier, quieter and quieter. Until you see a humble little wooden door, a stone frame of a small building that Cashmere you recognize from some of your earlier years.
Cashmere will stop in front of the door and put his hands in his pockets. Stand there for a second. Well, here it is. It's fancy, isn't it?
wow.
Nice and rustic. Never know what you find inside. Well, I mentioned. So, who's going to have your back on this? I'm with you if you want me.
He sighs. It's a little late for that. I mean, you already met him. You all can come in. It doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Two of you seemed amicable.
He just stares at Wade. Okay, let's go. And he opens the door.
Meanwhile, Huston says something about dealing with lizards. Looks uncomfortable and goes looking for something nearby. Maybe you saw a stable, you passed it. He's probably not far. Okay. There's a low ceiling in this big room. Open flame lanterns hang from the ceiling in a neat row down the longitudinal axis of the room with neon pink flames that illuminate it fairly brightly. The lanterns are placed such that the vertical supports of the room cast shadows from each of the lanterns, and along the left and right side there's tables, booths. But the tables are well lit by the lanterns. The vertical supports block the light so that all the occupants of the benches at the tables are shaded. There's the smells of fur, greens, and cheap mixed drinks. And if you look closely at the some 20 occupants near the back, in the shadows of course, is a black lop rabbit.
The one who saved our ass. Or at least helped. We actually were doing pretty well there without.
Yeah.
We stole the epic NPC save.
Falsone's kind of hard to see in the dark, but Cashmere sees him just fine. And stalks over to him, probably as slow as possible.
Okay. You're all able to seat yourselves. He's got a faint smile on his face quickly once you approach. Kind of gathers you in, shows you to seats as if he's the host. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. So quickly, too. Though I guess you have a guide. Can I order something for you? Food? Drink? Even drinkier drinks?
What
What's the name?
are drinkier drinks?
Oh, the alcoholic kind. It smooths over
Oh.
some rough introductions, you know.
What's the man gotta do here to get a finger of rye?
He raises a finger and
Crim looks at his claws.
I mentioned like Wade like looks it up pretty much and just like downs it in one.
I suppose I'll take the house special.
Okay.
I'm not thirsty, thanks.
Some food drink is eventually brought. Turner, you get a slightly bubbling green and purple partitioned drink in a fancy martini glass.
He's kind of looking at it. I'm guessing he says like divided or something like that. Like
Yeah, it's like the top half is pink, the bottom half's green.
he'll mix it and take a sip.
Crim seems more fascinated by that than anything else.
Well, welcome to Naverby. I know you've only just arrived, so unfortunate that was your entrance, but that is sort of how it is nowadays.
Define
What's your-
nowadays.
Last 5 weeks?
Why?
What's your
What happened?
Oh, some woes that I would love to share with you. I mean, do we have to do that right now? I mean, if there's some loot from those bodies I have no use for, and I want to get to know you all more. Is that all right?
Cashmere shakes his head. I'm in a bit of a hurry, honestly. Though you don't seem to think so.
You only just arrived. Hey, has Cashmere ever told you all about how we met?
It'd be
Crim nervously shakes his head.
if you guys know how the skin that you have in this game, or fur, why you chose to help us. Presume it's because of that.
Can you make an insight check for me, please, Wade?
Yay. I'm not the best at that.
Always a good start.
Here we go, fuck.
Okay.
And
You're not sure what to make of it. He seems to ignore you and just carries on. It was a few years ago. Eastmount Bridge in this very city. There were a couple of the Trachator, a lesser family, were trying to teach me a lesson. I was 14. Cashmere here, he saw them with murder written on their expressions. Tripped them up. He spooked some pet salesman as a distraction, if I recall. Claws everywhere. He helped me get away. Brave. Expertly done, wasn't it, Cashmere?
anyone else would have done the same.
So humble.
That is objectively untrue.
Am I right? Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you saw me pinch a couple of things from those no-good drafts. I have this, and he heaps on the table the big battle axe that was recently being swung against you, and a little thing that he says he pinched off that guy's back belt. Not exactly sure what they do, but I can tell they're magical. And hey, everything's fair after an encounter like that. Why don't you take it? Although it still smells like a rose. Disgusting.
Carrying these around, I don't know, couldn't that paint a target on our backs and mark us as the people who took him out?
Let me assess the risk. Turner will take the axe and just start to ritually cast Identify.
Okay, is Alex wearing a cloak or any sort of concealing clothing?
Not particularly, no.
He looks you over kind of disappointed. He's like, you could put it between your backpack and your back? I mean, it's not exactly radiating magic or a red flag. It's yours if you want it.
I think Wade does. Let me check the description of this, but I believe the quiver lets him store like 10 long items in it or whatnot.
Would something like that
So-
count, or would it have to specifically be like javelins or things that are like when it says like long, it means like the axe head might be a bit too wide. I don't know what the
Yeah.
intent of this
Pro
is.
ammo. It's the
Yeah.
giant axe.
Like I generally don't know what what the intent of it is, so I figure it's worth
Yeah,
considering.
Let me check the description real quick. Sorry for the wait.
While Biggle's looking that up, Snap, remind me, how much did Wade bring the party in on like his motives for coming here? I don't think it was very much, but it's kind of hard to separate in and out of character knowledge sometimes.
Did he say? I know he didn't. He only showed Crim. He only showed Crim the letter. But he said it wasn't exactly a hurry, but he'd like to be there as soon as possible. And I don't think he said exactly why.
Okay.
He just said he needs to get to Neighbor B really.
Okay. Alright, well, on the table until you guys figure backpack, whatever stuff if you want.
So, what were he put the axe up there, and what else?
Yeah, there was another magic item. A weird thing.
It looks like a drumstick or a piece of shaped wood.
Okay. Turner will take the time to identify them. I imagine if they'll be here for at least 22 minutes.
Okay.
If I need to speed it up, I will. But I imagine something that they'll find out over the course of the conversation.
Okay, I'll post the info later then.
Okay. Well, while I'm getting to work here, Cashmere, you said you were in a hurry. Does it have anything to do with where we are currently?
You know, before I say anything, I just want to say to you, Falcone, you don't have to keep stepping on the drought's toes like this. Come on, you haven't changed a bit.
You were being shaken down, taken advantage of. I couldn't help but intervene for you. What kind of man do you take me for, Cashmere?
Someone who wants to do things himself. Personally.
Can I
Crim
tell if Falsone's like kind of carefree sort of demeanor is genuine or if it's just a front?
You can roll insight to try and figure that out, sure.
I don't know, can you?
Well,
17.
17. You sense that he seems, carefree, smarmy, smooth. You do catch his fingers sort of drumming on the table between the moments he's not speaking. You think that's nervousness? Yeah.
Alright, so you fancy yourself some sort of vigilante or one of the rival families?
Oh yes, my uncle is the head of, looks around, the Scavatory. So, naturally I'm sort of opposed to them, but they have it coming anyway. Although there are, looks at Cashmere, limits. There is such a thing as too far. I recognize that. No.
Yes, there is.
when Cashmere had said that he likes doing things on his own, Crim kind of gave a skeptical glance at him, but didn't say anything.
Sorry, this is D&D. You don't get to do anything on your own, or else you'll die.
Last time you did that, you'd actually died.
You know, that's true.
Right, so, well, introductions are over enough, and I respect that you are in somewhat of a hurry. Yes, there have been some changes a few weeks ago that I'm involved in to this city. It is unstable. And at the heart of it is that the drafts are no longer on conversing peaceable terms with my family, the Scavatory. It's based on a recent event that occurred. It started with that. It led to certain customers being turned away from the businesses that each family owns. Led to confrontations. Yes, and a lot of people are now trying to leave the city due to the risk of violence in the streets.
Who started it?
Well,
Well, I think the more apt question would be who escalated it.
Answer the question, Falsone, please.
alright, to the chase. Samaka, my cousin, she's much loved in our family, Scavatory. She was abducted by the drafts. So I would say they started it. She's locked up in Blackborough, the most secure prison in the world. It makes Shar's Embrace in Karifi look like a sunny beach resort. And of course, because the prison's here, it's effectively a draft prison. And she's a helpful girl, a team player. She doesn't deserve to be in there. And that has upset a great deal of my family, and myself included. So we are reaching out, trying to fix things.
Oh, you're kidding me. Was it a lie?
Well, now don't storm off. It's good that you're here. It's very good.
You're kidding me. Oh my god.
She was sick, but it was just a flu or something. She got better, and I've heard she's back to attending her parties and other flip-flaff, healthy as an ox.
Falsone, I can't believe you.
His ears go down. He does wince.
Well, I mean, she was sick, so, you know, it's technically not a lie. I'm talking again.
And now she's captured? Well,
Oh no, she's off to those parties or whatever.
oh, sorry, I'm confusing them.
We're talking about two different people here.
He looks appropriately surprised by your talking, Crim.
Oh yeah, they didn't actually interact during the fight.
Don't mind him. He's just like that.
It's like,
Sure. But yes, as the unusually intelligent dragon says, she was sick. No one could tell. I mean, you get sick, you don't know if you're going to live or die. Who can tell?
And she was the one captured? Or, sorry.
No, it was.
Yeah.
I think that's that
What's
incorrect.
going on
mentioning-
here?
Oh, yeah.
We don't know about the note. He never showed it to us.
Yes, I know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
at mentioning if you've never like you don't never know if you're gonna live or die when you're sick. Crim kind of just has this faraway look for a second before he's like,
And you don't believe it. Your mother's now a dragon.
Oh, yes, Cashmere, your mother's doing great.
I'm sure she is. If she's not sick, then she's fine. She's with the drafts. I know that.
She is still with them. Yep, it's quite a decision she made, and continues to hold true to. Good for her.
Why am I not surprised?
You know, I never thought involving myself in a mob war would be checked off my bucket list. But where did you fit in all this anyway, Cashmere?
How about you tell them, Falson? You tell all of them what happened.
Oh. All right, if you insist. How shall I put this with the utmost propriety? Cashmere's lovely mother, Delilah, works as, nowadays, a tutor for the drafts after marrying into them. But that was, of course, after Cashmere was born. It was a bit of a rocky upbringing, some changes that were not pleasing to him, I understand, Cashmere.
Mm-hmm.
And sooner or later, because the drafts are absolutely awful and their attitudes and upturned noses and manners would make any reasonable person sick, we had plans that went awry to extricate her from a certain manner, for her own good. We thought, we were teenagers.
Young and stupid, I know.
And I'm Scavatori, and I was in their sanctum for intents and purposes. I had some different aspirations and goals that could have made a big difference that we probably still don't agree on. And we lingered and made some mistakes. There was maybe some attempted murder on my part, and we had to get out of there pretty quickly. All missions failed, and that was the end of our working relationship.
Was. And now I'm back here again.
I think it's very great that you still care for your mother, even after all these years. Well, I suppose it hasn't been that long. But she's still in there, and the drafts are still absolutely awful. Things haven't changed that much,
Apparently so.
So
Is she content?
I would imagine so. She's got quite a primpy, pampered life.
Forgive me for asking, but what's our fur in this game? Seems bigger than all of us.
He looks at you all, kind of gauging how invested you are in this. Are people like, okay, I'm about to stand up and leave, this is bigger than us, I don't care? Or are you kind of engaged?
Tender's definitely listening. He's a bit intrigued by this.
Crim
Alex,
does not have the wisdom to realize how big this quite is, so he's just invested in the tale.
Alex is all for just getting up and leaving town right now.
Okay, he smoothly starts directing more of his words towards you, Alex, and says, alright, there's more. Samaka?
But wait, there's more!
Samaka, my cousin, the one, who got abducted. Here's how that went down, and you can decide, Turner, was it? How much of this was started by who? She gained a powerful ability. I don't even know what it is. Sorry, loud game laughter.
Well, you know that you're about to answer
Yeah.
what my next question was, so please go
Yeah.
on.
Waiton's very invested now.
We don't even know what it is. Me and my buddies are guessing she's one of the Koi, time magic. And my uncle knows, a couple others, what exactly it is. They went to some talks with the drafts some weeks ago. You know, sort of politely threatening talks, like, oh, we'll use this against you, we want this and this need met, you should fork over possession of this area, stop with the raids there, that sort of thing. Happens all the time. Something went wrong, and that's when she was abducted. I don't know the details. I only know how things stand and the effects it's having on this once thriving, enjoyable city. They're probably torturing her in there, trying to get the power or make her use it for them. She's Scavatory. We watch out for one another. We need her out of there.
I still don't see how this is my problem.
Can you tell us any?
Crim,
Can you tell us anything about the power that fell into her hands?
I've overheard a couple of things from the few in my family in the know. I have some amount of privilege there. That's why we think it's that Koi time magic stuff. Everyone in this city with power wants power. You all seem to have power and interest in the arcane and things. Just thought I'd sweeten the excitement of this tale. It's not just about me and Cashmere's mother.
Crim
Is it
nervously
though?
glances.
Oh, you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Crim nervously glances at Alex, like with a more of an urging glance. Like, this seems a little more important suddenly.
Yeah, I believe some sort of time magic, as you call it, falling into gangsters' hands is not quite beneficial for the region.
No. If I had to make an educated guess, as caravaneers traveling all over, you've probably seen these things. They've been going on for weeks, making bigger and bigger stirs every week, it seems. And the one it's created here is kind of a whirlpool, drawing everyone in, unless they can get out.
Didn't sign up to go around solving everybody's problems.
If it's coin you need, procurement.
That has nothing to do with it.
My apologies. I just assumed you seem to be functioning as a guard, distributor, something like that for certainly valuable goods to defend them as you did. My mistake.
Well, Son, what did you think I would do to help here? Are you hoping for another infiltration mission or something?
That is a good question. How do you even expect anybody to help with something like this?
Hold that thought. I actually don't know. No, sorry.
Kill everyone.
Just slaughter everyone. You're powerful enough. Come on.
Kill every last one of them!
Well, Delilah's son. You're the only child of hers that is in a draft. The only one who might move against them. You can easily get into her husband's fancy chateau. Have an audience with Dornall, her husband, head of the family, one of them. And he's got the money and influence in the prison and justice system here. Manages criminal law. You have a shot at negotiating Samika's release. You lot, even you, Alex, are outsiders. You could be perceived as neutral, and you seem reasonable in all this. Someone like me, not a chance.
Alright, let's just say for the sake of argument we do pull this off. We get in there, we get a meeting with this, whoever this is. If your cousin is as valuable to them as you think she is, why would they ever give her up? What do you propose we offer them of comparable value?
Oh, just look at Cashmere's gorgeous eyes. He'll flash those to his mom. She'll collapse and beg her
Falcone.
husband. What?
Falcone. Really? Am I really here to negotiate? Or am I just emotional support?
He smirks in a playful way. No, really. This is serious business. I wouldn't have... Like I said, I'm so glad you're here. But you all are competent, and you're outsiders, and everyone is at each other's throats here. I know it's a reach. We do have some things you might bargain with, but I know how good you are at all sorts of things, Cashmere, and you wouldn't make friends with people who are not on the same wavelength, so I believe in you.
You want the upper hand. Is that what I'm getting here?
Just want her released, some progress. And in return, the Scavatori can provide to you, if you're willing to help, matters, legal or less than legal, publicity, if you need help making sales, removal or redirection of threats. What else is there on the list? Mercs for your guard. We have a lot of resources. Just not the ability to directly get the drafts, our arch nemesis, to release one of ours.
Right, so you'll get her and use her the exact same way that they're going to.
She's a Scavatori. She can do what she likes, but I'm sure it will align with our goals. You have yet to understand just how vile they are.
Crim raises a claw quietly. About that, what do you plan on doing about, your position? I don't understand. You say they're vile and all of that, and, well, they've been trouble for us already once we came in, but, Cash, what about, your side? What do you want out of this?
He groans, letting his forehead fall to the table for a second. I left so I didn't have to take any more sides. Do you know where I've been, Falcone?
No, I don't.
The mountains. Away from here. I don't want any part of this. I left.
But you grew up here, you spent your whole life here. You leave, but you take some of that with you. I'm sure there are some nights, days even, where you still worry about the situation your mother is in, still worry about your half-siblings and the way the drafts made things miserable for you. I'm sure.
Of course I do. But that's not the point. It's not up to me to do this. Shouldn't have to be.
But if you were able to make that change, he's looking at Cashmere. Would you want to?
Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I'd love for all of this just end.
I need to ask. Before this power of Samkas was discovered, was the city better? Or in control?
He lets Cashmere answer.
It was stable. It was a stalemate, I guess.
And if we don't want to give it from one crime lord to another, perhaps we could take it off the board. In our own unique way, if you know what I'm saying.
Something else will just come back later, and this will all happen again one way or another.
Well, I mean, not all societies are like that, so it can't be that.
Well, at least
I'm not saying all societies are. I'm saying this one in particular is.
I gotta start
just-
changing somewhere.
Too worn fat. I don't know. Based on what I'm hearing, I have to wonder if some sort of. No, never mind.
Oh, if we've been here for 10 minutes and there's blood on the floor.
I do see Alex's point, though. We get rid of the drafts and the wind will just blow a different way.
I hope you're not implying Wade taking her off the board is taking her life. That can't happen.
That is not it.
No. I mean, no harm to her.
Good.
My only interest is in this power of sorts.
Well, hey, whether you help us get things back into a stalemate where people aren't fighting in the streets, where we're still civil, or whether you help us take the drafts down to a lesser family like the Trachatori or something forgettable, I think it's a benefit. Cashmere thinks it's a benefit. Although you're perfectly at your own liberty to leave, and I will try and find someone else.
I recall, Alex, when our old medic friend, how we saw what happened, we left. So all will be well, and it only went worse when we came back. I fear the same would
I
happen
remember
here.
that one.
The same would happen here if we just left this power in its current owner.
We'll have another abandoned town.
What do you want us to do, Wade? Do we stop in every town we encounter? Just is that the rest of our lives from now on? Is that our purpose? Is doing nothing but going around and solving everything we come across?
I try to find.
I was kind of smiling, like, while Alex is talking about this, like it's a horrible fate. Crim is like,
Yeah.
I read about this sort of thing.
That'd be great.
I try to find purpose in the little things. The people we help, who can keep living another day because of it. If we're shackled to this fate, it's not the best one, but I can find happiness in that.
You don't have to be shackled to anything.
Cashmere chuckles at that. Hey, you followed me. I didn't give a reason.
Some people just have a natural magnetism.
Shut up.
My apologies.
As for this plan, if we can remove it, have someone, maybe a more neutral party, take it.
No, I'll do it.
He was halfway through saying, that's Samaka's choice, when he, lights up. Oh, Cashmere. I knew you had it in you. I knew... Fantastic.
Are you sure about this? It's not too late. We can just leave.
You seemed the
If
most
I-
reluctant one before.
If I don't do it, Falson will just burn it all to the ground. They all will. This might be the best option. I don't know. I don't care. If it ends something, I'll do it.
Oh, that's the spirit. I don't care. Well, if you can get through things with a lackadaisical attitude like that, that's kind of how I try to live, you know? I respect it.
There's going to be more blood spilled before this ends, even with our kind of help. I hope you all know that.
And at this point, I think your detect or identify would give you some info on these items. Dana?
I imagine he would have gotten one of them, but just kind of kept quiet. So do the less interesting one first, whichever that is.
The less interesting. Okay, how about this one?
Okay. 11 minutes would pass, and the 11 minutes.
Ooh.
And this is the less interesting one.
Only to make drum sounds.
Only a DC of 10?
That
But I
sounds
guess you'd have
ominous.
to, but I guess you'd have to specifically.
Well, it still sounds, even if you know they're illusory.
Yeah. What if you're like at a concert with this, and the audience is like trying to detect it, and they're like, Wait, it's basically like the equivalent of lip syncing.
Yeah. This is auto-tune. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's not really
Yeah.
playing.
It looks cool, but it's also some unknown amount of resonance. So
Yeah, sounds like something you break down.
No, this is good. Or maybe.
Oh, don't.
Well, it's a
come
plus
on.
one. That's the
keep-
important part.
let's
But
not
it's a
go.
club.
Let's not go down that route already, Bugle.
Keep in mind, we do now potentially have another person we can give equipment to.
We do?
Huston.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh yeah.
He's a drummer.
about
I think
that.
it's a +4.
he's definitely the final boss.
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, he's fucking lowballed. Mark my words.
No.
should I post the second one?
Yeah.
Just for convenience? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was waiting for you.
Big thirsty hatchet.
Wow.
What definitionally is Death's Door?
It's like 10%.
I think that's sub.
10%, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's sub 10. So you're probably not going to hit it a lot of the time.
Sorry,
But
when
hey.
once using weapons, no.
Still always getting a +1 for every.
Yeah.
Well,
Plus one on blood.
unfortunately, nobody in the party can really use it.
Turner
Yeah,
was
we
going to
have one
kind of
strength
look.
user.
Turner was going to kind of look to Crim and say, "Crim, are you only capable of kind of like holding out his like talons?"
Yeah, let me double check one thing on the rules is written for that.
I
Yeah.
think it's two-handed weapons you have disadvantage with, if I recall.
We have the.
No, not.
We still have the ability to like transfer it though potentially. So that'll always be on the,
Into-
that'll
into
be on the
the
table later in the future potentially.
Yeah. It is cheap resonance to transition it to similar weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a tune?
No.
Doesn't look like it. Nope.
Neat. Hang on.
If not, I think we can pocket this for.
Actually, what am I talking about? Crim can just use his ability to
Oh, yeah, that's
absorb
right.
the effective magic
this
items.
is precise. I'm looking at a Crim saying, let me think. And while you're doing that, let me read the rules, because that's exactly what I'm looking at.
I looked at it too. I think it should be good, but we'll see.
Oh, and Tal, remind me what the name of the cousin was.
Somika. Somika.
Stomaka, gotcha.
In Blackborough.
This reminded me that I'm actually kind of parched myself, so I'm gonna get some water.
Right, well, that is settled. This drink is good. The company's even better, he says as the kind of leans forward and pink flames from off on his left illuminate his face, shining off his black fur. If there's anything I could do to facilitate this, let me know. But if you wish to get to know the city a bit more, the lay of the land, I'm sure you'll get quickly invested. But please, don't take too long. It's already been many moons since her incarceration. Tensions have grown every single day. I do believe she's suffering, knowing her personality. That's all.
I did want to ask, in that rescue attempt for Cashmere's mother, who was it that you set your sights on? That you set your blades on more specifically? I'd like to know.
He would answer readily, but give me one sec. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. He was a Dornall, the man himself. He wasn't as important back then, but he was still ahead of the family.
My stepfather. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
And then, if you can offer us any more details on Samika's incarceration, any intelligence you have, that'd be appreciated.
Sure, absolutely. And if you're thinking of trying to unincarcerate her by force or infiltration, please don't. It is the most secure prison in the world. We have thought of that. We've dealt with it in the past. Not going to work, but we can get you the details of when it happened, where it happened. Yeah. Me or some other scavator will be watching you. Just flag us down if you need to talk to us.
Okay, well, follow-up question then. Since it seems we are doing this, you mentioned having something we could potentially use as a bargaining chip, didn't you?
Well, a bargaining chip to have your assistance, I mentioned.
Oh, right.
I mean, I did mention some things. Looks at Cashmere, and you might recall the way he complimented Cashmere's eyes. But I don't know, even if you could get us some insight into the current situation, some fresh intelligence, every bit helps.
Alex, you don't have to follow me into this. None of you do. I'll manage.
Well, the way I see it, going up against the most powerful family here alone, I don't think that would bode well for your success.
I think we can do some good here.
And, I don't think you or I are, unwanted posters. It's not really how it works around here, Cashmere, but if you go back there alone without seeming like a force, a faction, if you would, like people who should be reckoned with, I don't know your approach, but I would worry for you,
I'm guessing the way it works is rather than a wanted poster, they just kill you.
Well,
Yeah.
do you think that they
Not
would?
exactly.
Well, do you think that they would off the son of the wife's leader? I imagine that still means something to her, does it not?
He says cautiously, watching Cashmere for a reaction. That is one thing I'm counting on. He's got a unique position.
You would think it would be that.
Well, I'm not assuming, that's why I'm asking.
She loves you, right? He looks like he's about to say some other smarmy comment, but stops himself.
Let's just assume I won't be immediately killed when walking up there. I'll be fine. Really?
So I hope so. If you scavator as pragmatic as you seem, I guess there's something else I could ask if you considered. In war, if a prisoner can't be released or rescued, they could be exchanged. Is there anybody of equal importance to the Droughts they'd be willing to exchange?
Is that really a position we want to put ourselves in, to be offering another prisoner?
As a backup plan.
The drafts, good sir. Well, I would take her place, sure. If
I
it comes to
don't
that, although...
think that's what he meant. Do the Gear family, whatever their name is, Alex kind of looks around to make sure nobody's listening in. Do you have any of them prisoner?
Oh, I see. Not to my knowledge. At least not right now. I suppose we could change that, although only the weak goons are going
Alex
to be out on the
face palms as soon as he says that.
I just love how
change that.
I just love like how nonchalant he is. Like, oh yeah, we could take a prisoner, but these ones are kind of worthless though.
If this is a game board, only the weak pieces are out right now. That's how bad it's gotten. It'll be tricky.
They're more interested in the power anyways. Right? The time power?
I'm more
Honestly, I could care less.
Well, next round is on me. One last thing. Before we go into more pleasant topics, I hope we can spend some more time together. When you start making plays, we won't be the only ones watching you. not to make you feel unsafe, but folks like yourselves who, for the most part, definitely don't seem like city slickers like Cashmere, take every precaution. Please.
I believe our introduction to this town gave us that impression. And, well, I expect eyes on us after the show that we made.
Smart man.
Well, it's been a pleasure. It was a good drink.
Sure has.
On a entirely separate note, where would the nearest post office be?
Oh, if you leave, make a left at the end of the alley. It's run by a nice little old lady, not affiliated with anyone. You can get things done there without any tampering.
Okay.
Well, if you're leaving so soon, I shall get the bill. Again, signal if you need anything, for more information. And I do hope to see you all soon. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Cashmere will stand up from the booth and look at Falso and hesitate for a moment and then just say plainly, "Thank you, Falso."
He looks surprised. And he really smiles.
Cashmere doesn't. He walks away.
At around that point, as they're preparing to leave, with one paw, he raises the great axe a little bit, and he says, "I can eat this."
Please do.
Huh. I don't know much about dragons, but that doesn't surprise me.
It's a very coarse tongue. But anyway, first things first, we need to get the goods out of here. With Huston.
Oh, yeah.
The longer it stays in here, the more it's a target, no matter what money we may make. Any objections?
Do you think he's
No, we
regret-
should definitely. We
Go
should
first.
definitely do that.
I wonder if he's regretting his choice of employment, or sorry, of contractees.
Okay, you're able to take your leave, reunite with our dear old beaver lad. Falzone stays. Exits perhaps later? You don't see him exit, at least.
If
And
you don't.
Huston is... Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, 38 stealth. You don't see him. Huston seems like he's a little less panicked than before, and he's without his dragons and lizards. He assures you he put them in some temporarily safe place. But asks what's up with y'all.
Yeah, we'll be staying a bit, it seems. I was thinking, I doubt anywhere place in the city is safe for it. The goods, I mean. It's become a bit of a recurring theme, but would you be willing to wait on the perimeter till we signal you? This is all settled.
Alternatively, could make passage back to Ilio.
I'd be happy to go, hoof it in the wilds again for a little bit, if I must. I mean, can't we find a bank or some reputable stables here for them? I don't know this
Probably
town.
not. We are quite literally in the middle of a turf war that this entire town has been subjected to, and well, these phenomenons have made it worse.
You asked for more details. How much would you catch him up?
We're harboring the son of a
Cashmere's
drug
cool.
lord.
Yeah, we'll say everything, but he'll give Cashmere a chance to butt in and say not to say something.
Yeah, he kind of hints that all the personal stuff doesn't need to be said, but he gives a general gist of like the situation.
Okay. And like, hey, we got to do some stuff here with the big people, but nothing about, oh, it's my mom and all that. Okay. Well, I wouldn't feel right abandoning you all. Plus, I still owe you money from the transactions back in the last city. I wouldn't go all the way to Ilio where Sense went, but I could hang out in the mountains. I should be fine if you think it's safer than here.
Well, if we're going to get involved in this, then that might make us a target, and by extension, the goods.
Here. Cashmere walks up to Huston and whispers something into his ear about a place in the mountains.
Okay.
Can you go to the world map?
Sure.
Okay.
Does it sound? Do you make it sound like you've been there before, Cashmere, or not?
Yeah, he kind of makes it seem like it's a safe place. Like he knows it's safe.
It's my secret base. If you go behind the waterfall, there's a space.
He's like,
Just jump through it. You'll be fine.
oh, that explains a lot. Okay, yeah, I dig it. I could trust that. Thanks.
Connections.
We'll meet up with you later, whenever that is.
All right. I don't know, check in every now and then. You seem like you've got magic. Looks at Wade to communicate.
Yeah. I can give you your sending if I have the magic for it. Your care of the goods takes the burden off our consciousness.
Right. All right, heroes. Well, yeah. All right. Good luck.
Thanks, hero.
Aw. He leaves.
Well, on the subject of heroism, Alex, you don't mind me asking, any reason for the sudden reluctance?
Maybe I'll tell you later. I don't think here's the time or place.
To be fair, for me, it doesn't seem sudden. But while we're here, we should kick our legs and get 20 winks. I have a feeling we'll have a fight again sometime.
Crim tilts his head and starts winking 20 times.
Crim, you were
It's an
smarter than that.
No, he has poor wisdom. He never heard that one before. He never went into military reading as much.
Okay. Cashmere, you know a lot of good, not good, cheap, yummy, whatever places to stay.
Mhm.
Perhaps you would direct the party to the Kind Clarinet, a chill but unknown sort of place. So it's like safe. It doesn't seem safe, but that's only because it doesn't have great funds and traffic. It's not because it's been run by criminals or like a drug house or something.
Is one of those, is one of the words in there, like, spelled with the other letter? Like, kind with a C or clarinet with a K? Or is it, like, kind with a C and clarinet with a K?
Sure. Yes, it's the Sind
Well.
Clarinet.
Get it? Because, like, they changed it so they both start with a C or a K. But then they just do both, just to fuck with you.
You get oh, I should say, as you enter, there is a second floor, but it's an attic with only a trapdoor. And for those of you who are wondering where is the actual place to stay, I thought this was a tavern or a inn. The innkeeper would show you to some stairs on the side that go down underground, where it's cooler, darker. There's all sorts of underground rooms in the dirt, lit by gently maintained torches.
Cool.
Little burrows
Pretty-
for you all.
We get a short rest maybe, and then continue on.
What is
Okay.
Turner currently looking like? I know I didn't take any, like, damage or anything. I'm not the target.
I'm also doing it just so I could make my speech again, give you guys all temp HP.
Well, while we're here, do you want to do a long rest or do you want to just do a short rest? I don't know what your guys' resources are for those who have to worry.
I'm only missing like 4 health, but a short rest would get all the points back anyways.
I used a second and first level spell, which would be good.
A mental image of everyone like putting down their backpacks and choosing their beds, and then they turn around and like the surprise as Wade is there, T-posing, his jaw moving, and starts giving you some voice lines.
It should be worth noting that if you want Crim to be able to take advantage of that +1 and also drain on Bloodied, he will need a long rest or 8 hours, whichever's first.
Well, what time is it in the day? Is it still early in the day?
I imagine we could probably say, maybe we spend some time looking around, getting to know the town first before we go into it. If we specifically need a long rest.
Roll another d20. If you roll below a 10, you get another encounter.
No, we have to fix solid one day.
I'm up for it.
There was half a day's travel to get from the shore to the actual city, so yeah, it's maybe getting close to dinner now.
Yeah,
We can stay the night.
The reason why I mentioned the post office earlier was because I had mentioned that, Turner would have wrote to his friends and told them where to send any return correspondence, but whether that came or not, who knows?
Crim would have done the same, technically, I think.
Okay, for records and timing and specific wording, I don't need to like write up the exact wording, but could you put somewhere what you send?
Can do.
Oh yeah, I'll forget, I gotta do that, yeah.
Okay, 1 sec, game rolls.
Guess I can put it in... Would you want it in character documentation so we don't post a lot of stuff there, or somewhere else?
Sure. Okay, so in terms of sanctuary rest versus intermediate rest,
They were pretty much indistinguishable.
what do you mean?
Oh, I'm. Ignore me.
Oh, okay.
I forgot. I was thinking you meant sanctuary resting rules in general.
Oh. I think that, at least based on the present situation, and not knowing certain things, I don't know if your characters would feel like super safe here to not take watches and to not have armor, and so I think you just get intermediate rest.
I was going
For
to
what
say
it's
that...
worth,
Go ahead, Nemo.
For what it's worth, the specific verbiage for absorbing magic is 8 hours or a long rest, so an intermediate works as well.
Cool.
This inn gets a 1 out of 5 stars.
1 out of 5. Feel like I'm gonna get mugged while I'm in my bed.
Okay. Have a great night in a cool, dark burrow. You feel like a rabbit, and for one of you, it is true.
That's true.
It is the next day, a foggy day. There's a little bit of hail, inspired by current weather outside.
Oh no, you're narrowing down where we live.
Yeah, I live in the Sahara Desert.
It's like the only time we ever get this, so it's pretty bad.
That's a good point. I guess you could cross-reference, like, where was there hail on the day that this...
Anyway, let's not encourage it.
Don't try it. Don't do it.
I don't think there actually has been hail, for what it's worth. Just anyway. What do you do? Where do you go?
So
That's a good question.
At this point, Crim's kind of just following Cash's lead in this case. Oh, but he does briefly, after the time passes, he briefly, he comes out of, one of the rooms with, an extra flask of water. He says, I was practicing and I felt very thirsty for some reason. Then he does little slashes with his claws as a demonstration in the air when no one's watching so it doesn't alarm anyone. And there seems to be, a magical, a little mist mist trail when he does it. There's something else is going on there when he does it. And he put the rune, which looks like the axe, kind of like the axe, underneath his his dominant foreleg. So it's not really easy to see unless he's going up, about to claw you. Then you see it, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
When you see it, it's too late.
I forget the rules for this. Do you have to have like the weapon nearby to use it, or can it be like used from
He
far
does
away?
not need to have. He does not need to have the weapon nearby. But if it's ever destroyed,
He loses the
he
effect.
loses the magic effect.
Okay. Granted, that's very rare to actually happen, but okay. Because we can literally just leave it in the room if we wanted to, but I'll leave that up
For
to
the
you if you
sake
want to
of-
risk that. Because that room
No,
might get
Crim
pilfered.
will. Yeah, Crim will try to figure out a way to store it later. Kind of mumble something about a bag of holding later.
It's inevitable.
Small thing on the quiver. So it's the mid-sized compartment holds 18 javelins or similar objects. The largest can hold 6 long objects, such as bows or spears. You can draw or stow as if from a quiver or scabbard.
Sounds
Okay.
Good work.
If Wade doesn't mind carrying the depleted weapon of Crim's and is very careful with it, he can offer that until we have a bag of holding to store that.
Yeah, by all means, yeah. We literally has like RPG, just like pull out random items off your back and they just manifest.
About to shoot the longbow, pulls out an axe. I don't need this right now. Puts it back.
So after they wake up in the morning, they all go out into the street, and Cashmere stops them before they go any further. And he says, I meant it. You don't have to follow me into this.
I believe we heard you the first time. Do you specifically not want our presence there?
I mean, I'm just saying, it's your choice. I can talk them down just fine. Probably.
No offense, Cash, but I still remember. No offense, Cash, but I still remember seeing your corpse. So I'm gonna protect you for a little while longer, if that's okay.
He actually smiles at that. Glad you remember.
As I said, Cashmere, the right words and motivation, and men will follow you to the end of the world. I'm going to do that for you.
Thanks, Wade. Alex?
What?
Yeah, he laughs at that. Are you coming along?
Against my better judgment, yes.
Works for me. Okay. We can probably just head right there then.
Meet with this Dornell, was it?
Yeah. Well,
Tal. Sorry, Tal. Is capitalism? Does that word exist?
Sorry, there's a siren.
oh no. They heard capitalism.
It's okay, Murdoch. This is siren. Yeah, not. Yeah, more from like a educational perspective, but sure.
Okay.
Okay. Off you go. Blasting through these music tracks.
We're getting close to the break point. I don't know if you wanted to do it a little early before you change the scene, or leave on a minor cliffhanger.
I think I've got a good cliffhanger if we get there.
Okay.
All right.
We would like ritual cast comprehend languages and all that.
Okay. You see a mansion on a hill. After a few minutes, there's conical caps to every tower that is built into this sprawling structure. There's vast east and west facing windows and more besides. Manicured grounds surrounding a street that lead up to multiple sets of front doors. On the way there, those of you who are perceptive, such as Cashmere, would probably know you've got a tale or two. But you also know there are plenty of staff armed in fancy uniforms in the shrubberies, rooftops, and other hidden spots of this mansion as you approach.
Ignore them. They're not going to do anything just yet.
But he gives a little salute as he passes.
Let me fix my webcam.
That's not
no.
quite
No.
that's not quite what ignoring means.
Mm-hmm. Procedure. But fair.
Y'all proceed to the front doors?
If they'll allow us.
We will try.
You succeed, but not before they make themselves less hidden. And soon there is about 6 uplifted people in the same uniform, clearly associated with this chateau, this mansion, who block your path. The one in the lead, who is a wombat, she says, in Kisong first, Welcome. Visitors? We weren't expecting you. Are you on the list? Who are you?
We're here to see Dornell. Tell him his stepson came home.
She opens her mouth. A couple of the other uplifted, who perhaps you recognize from more chaotic circumstances, Cashmere, look at her and nod, as if to say, yep, it's legit. I see. Well, if you please, you'll submit to disguise checks, and then we can send word and go from there. Please step forward one at a time.
Cashmere will do it first. He looks kind of not bored, but he's he's going through the motions.
Okay. Each of you will be patted down. They're armed, so are you. If you wish to try and make any concealing things or special, perhaps just let me know. Otherwise, you can gloss over it.
But Wade will account for his belongings before and afterwards, just to be sure.
Okay, I'd like you to roll a sleight of hand check to sort of counter any similar things they might try to pull on you.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't really be during the process. It's just like I have all my stuff beforehand, and then afterwards I still have all my stuff. Is that?
Wouldn't that be investigation?
Or perception.
Also, you automatically succeed at accounting for all your belongings. Yeah, I guess you could do investigation or sleight of hand if you wish to catch someone in the act, but otherwise you know what you have, sure.
Gotcha.
Are you going to do that, or? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I thought you said it was free, right? No check for.
No, it's free to have a query on your belongings. Tal is saying that if you want to counter any potential pickpockets, it would be like a competing sleight of hand check.
Gotcha. Alright, sounds good. I'm pretty good at that. Yeah. So yeah, fuck it, why not? Just something modest. Alright, D4. Fuck. I lose 100 gold.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
Crim's doing is he's gonna keep up the act this time, and he's gonna more seriously try to keep up the act. And he takes a pose like a show dog, to when it's his turn to be like, oh, what a well-trained dragon. He won't cause trouble. Certainly not the party tank.
Guys, this is great, guys. We can T-pose in universe.
You sense some reluctance, Crim, from many of these to pat you down. These probably aren't extremely battle-hardened, well-traveled people. You know, they're approaching a dragon. You sense that from them.
It is worth noting that Crim is like 4 feet tall when he's on his default stance, so he's not terribly intimidating.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's still a dragon with sharp teeth and sharp claws and a tail that can probably whack someone to kingdom come. So they have a reason to be nervous.
Mm-hmm. I don't think any other special interactions for the rest of you. Yeah, Wade, you don't catch any funny business. Just seems like a check for disguises and weird stuff.
Just to dab on them, one of us should like use the bathroom during the discussion and come back and disguise ourselves.
So bad.
As our check and Turner, and he takes off the hat, he actually considers like saying he promises not to pull a rabbit out of it, but he doesn't.
Oh,
Well,
you're like, oh, fire property, no. And they send off a runner, and a few moments later, you're not waiting too long. They say you are welcome to come in, with their escorting as is proper.
Not bad feeling about this.
Just like that.
You enter a chateau with excessive opulence at every turn. Yet it's also clear that people live here. You gather that it's a big family that lives here. When the term family is thrown about in Naverby, they probably mean tens of uncles and aunts and each of their children, etc. Because you see little ones running around, older folks, doors opening, things happening, rabbits freaking everywhere. Although much of the staff are not rabbits.
We're good at multiplying.
And almost all the rabbits you see are some variation of that black and white sort of checkered monochrome, I think, fur. Just like the ones who shook you down in the alley. Or tried to before you killed one of them and chased off the rest.
We didn't kill the rabbit,
It counts.
so we got that going for us.
And you're taken through some rooms, up a staircase, towards some of the nicer, more private parts of the chateau under their careful eye. And you're passing through a dance studio, fighting room, some sort of training room where it's a bunch of wood, and two of the long walls are mirrors. And there's kind of a wooden bar for like grabbing, for practicing poses and things. It's otherwise quite bare. And halfway and inside you see a bunch of people who look like they are in some sort of combat uniforms, currently taking a break, and there's panting, the smell of sweat in the air. One of the draft rabbits at the front, she says, "And that will be all for the class today. Oh, who's this? Cashmere? Is that you?"
A little bit. Been a while.
Escort, halt them, please. I think that's where we can take a break.
yay!
Yay!
Hi. We shall be back soon
What's-
with our new Wade break screen. Bye-bye.
Oh.
Correction, it was a Cashmere loading screen, not a Wade one. I had to clear that up first thing.
Good job. Good job, Will.
Hey, hello.
In case you were confused, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, so, who wants to recap? I'll recap, Al. Okay, thanks.
Wait, we're not
Right,
starting
so you're
session over.
In some sort of small practice studio, there's a small group of folks who have just done some physical exertion. It seems to be 3 instructors or leaders or outstanding folks of some kind who each draft rabbits, and one of them, the woman, had asked for your escort to stop, saying, "Cashmere, is that you?"
Yeah, hi. What are you, preparing for war? What is this?
What a bold assertion. No, we are practicing our sword play. May I ask what you're doing here, passing through and dragging all your sin and depravity with you?
Alex blinks multiple times.
Oh, sorry, I did not realize that this house was made of glass. Fingers were crossed.
Don't give me these looks, please. Company of Cashmere. He's been here before, and it's an objective fact, what I just stated. These people, are they with you, Cashmere?
You haven't changed a bit, Nelfin. Yes, they're with me.
Crim takes the show dog stance again, but then right when Cashmere replies, he deflates.
What's the concept of this play that makes swords so important?
She says, Girar, what are they here for? Wombat replies, we're taking them to... She cuts her off. Well, don't. They are not mannered, they're not up to snuff to see anyone of import in my family.
Your family? You know, last I checked, we're of the same family, aren't we?
It's as if she was waiting for an answer like this. It's just scoffs, kind of gasps, bringing a hand up to her mouth. Really? Really now? Because looking at your fur, looking at your complete lack of propriety in this place, coming back here after what you did, it's a little hard to believe. Isn't it? Adiore, Charnim? They nod.
I'm not staying. Obviously. Sends a glare at the other rabbits. Almost like a challenge, kind of.
They straighten up a bit. And show, like, flexing, there's like pit stains in their uniforms. They look like they've been fighting, and now you can see, yes, they are various weapons stacked on the ground next to them they were practicing with. Elfin says, well, if they're all with you, Cashmere, and you're here to see them, no, you'll not see my mother, my father, or anyone else of our family until your manners are brought a little closer to snuff, starting with humility. You never believed the drafts should be the ruling family of this city. Maybe this will help you understand at last.
Great. Do you think they'll appreciate this? Like I said, I'm not staying. Get over yourselves, come on.
She clicks her mouth, and the escort would try to cut you off. And she says again, like I said, manners. And she and the other two rabbits advance with their weapons. Roll for initiative.
Well, I'm up for a spark.
Well, that's one way to go about it.
Alright.
It's important I don't kill these ones.
Please don't.
Oh, that's a fucking fight in a phone booth. Jesus Christ.
The rooms are smaller than you think when everything's brought down into 5x5 aisles. Can
I got a
Crim
60
even
on the
overdrive?
die, but I
here?
forgot that I can do this on here. Oh god. It's the same exact problem as Roll20 when you try to change it. One of the people are doing theirs. It just doesn't work. Ah, goddamn.
Sorry.
I'll just wait until everyone's done.
I get rid of my goddamn 17 +6.
Well, Cashmere smack down in the center.
Oh, by the way, I redid my speech, so you guys all get this amount of temp HP.
How much?
How much?
5. Not
Five.
much. So it's something.
Oh,
Still
he
something.
you guys.
Aw.
Oh, he's tired.
Does it like override our other temp HP if we already had more?
No.
I still have
Just
9
keep
temp
going.
HP from the last one.
Well, that's reset if you have a long rest. So
Yeah.
Okay.
you have 5 now.
But we didn't have a long rest. Okay.
Same difference.
I know.
Oh, those are units on the side. I didn't even notice.
Facetious.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but they're supposedly not the ones fighting, but
Yeah, they look like the members of the class, and the escort will kind of give way as this happens. They're not actually all wolves with shields and swords, just folks.
Aw,
And there's
now I
doors
care
here.
less.
well,
Now I don't care if they die.
Those are the two exits to the room. the north and south walls are covered in a mirror to make this place look a lot bigger than it is. You'll also notice as you draw your weapons or otherwise prepare that all your blades and the sharp objects in this room are magically dulled. There's some sort of enchantment about. So all piercing and slashing will instead do non-lethal bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
And you will also find that even most spells have their ability to deal vital harm neutered here.
Does bludgeoning still kill people?
Non-lethal bludgeoning. Oh, I guess, yeah, that's true. All bludgeoning is now in non-lethal bludgeoning.
Alright, well, Wade breathes a sigh of relief. This means
no.
I don't have to hold back.
He hit us really hard with that dull arrow. Just imagine it makes like the loudest donk sound ever upon getting a headshot.
It's like a boxing glove arrow.
Just check one thing real quick.
It's an arrow with like a fist at the end of it.
Oh, I want to see that.
And this is music from a big franchise, but their policy is very nice because they are an awesome studio in every way.
Nice.
Shout out! Hey!
This is Baldur's Gate, Nama.
Nice. Of course they'd be open to that.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, you know?
They're very cool about it. Just the usual, hey, just don't profit off of it. That's all we ask, basically.
All right, Alex.
Okay.
Wait, before we do that, are we doing any swaps with Cash?
Well, he's kind of in the middle, so I guess
Yeah, it's up to you.
if anyone specifically wants to, do you specifically have a desire to go first, Cash?
No.
Which obviously, Dog
I guess if you want, it would be nice if I could go first, just to give you a bless, if that's all right.
I don't think you
Well-
can.
Yeah, you can only like move up 2 spaces. Cashmere's in the center.
Oh, gotcha. But isn't just go before you at least, so you'll have the bless bonus.
Sure. You can be above
Thank you.
Nelfin, yeah.
All right, thanks.
Change mine to 6.
Okay. Ready to go then? Okay, so Nelfin is the one who has been smart talking, right? The one in the middle?
Yep.
Show you humility. Why don't you cool off for a bit? And I'm going to snap my finger at her, and ice starts forming around her body. And I need her to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
I perform a non-lethal disintegration rate.
Okay, I'm just double checking how this works. Yes, I shall do that now. I have achieved a 3.
3?
Yes.
That is a failure. I cast Hold Mortal. She is frozen solid and is paralyzed.
Christ.
Well, that was a good first turn.
And I will pass turn.
Stonks.
Okay, on my turn, Adiore, who there's definitely a familiar resemblance to her, and maybe even Cashmere if you look very closely, kind of the length of their ears, even though the fur color is different. She brings up her 2 blades that look basically like rapiers, and crouches and prepares herself in a certain way, entering a stance.
Ooh.
That is her turn. Pass to Turner.
Turner just kind of glances at Cashmere uncertainly with kind of in the beginning of a certain gesture you might be familiar with seeing him basically to cast Shatter. He's kind of look at them should I?
Cashmere would just whisper, just don't kill them. Okay? Not that you can.
He's actually kind of more worried about the mirrors right now.
Oh, it would shatter the mirrors, wouldn't it? Oh, that'd be some property damage. Oh.
No, we have mending, don't we?
That would take a while. He looks like he really wants he really wants to, but he realizes that it may not be the best thing to do. So instead, he will just dang, sorry that kind of threw different things. He'll just go with the tried and true chaos bolts, starting with the one in the center, who is fittingly paralyzed. It doesn't give him any auto crit, unfortunately, but hey.
If you make an attack within 5 feet, it's an automatic crit, I believe.
Even if it's a ranged attack?
It's just an
Yes.
attack within 5 feet.
Oh,
The coup de grace, yeah.
sorry, I misunderstood how that worked. Okay, I thought it was only melee, 'cause that's typically how it works. Well then, he will fly forward. Not really fly. I got a 19 on the die for my first one anyway, and since it's an auto crit. So, Doc, is only one of the extra die
For a spell, none of them are auto maxed. You just roll your dice. You just roll the damage dice
so
twice.
68, I believe now.
I think you have disadvantage.
She's
somehow?
she's incapacitated, so no.
Yeah, she's not prone.
Incapacitated doesn't mean
Basically
you have advantage
restrained.
against them.
No, but
think-
if ranged attacks have disadvantage if you are within 5 feet of a hostile creature that isn't incapacitated.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Cool.
That's a good point. Okay. Alright, then 19 on the die. 68. We're gonna do that much.
Ow.
Doubles!
Okay, and for that one now, Doc, do I reroll the attack on one of the others?
Yes.
Okay. We'll go with the one who's doing the funny stance. 3 on the die. Let's just go ahead. I want to have this actually count, so let's go ahead and sweet, another 19 on the die.
So
that one hits.
you're making an attack against her?
The next one is this is the person who did the stance, right? This will be the second attack since I got doubles.
Yeah.
The second one will be directed at
Okay.
this one, and I got a 19 on the die, so that's gonna hit.
I wouldn't be so sure. As a reaction, she does a quick sweeping movement with both of her blades, and her AC changes.
Well, 19 on the die, so let me tell you what the totals before you, I guess, decide if you want to do that. The total... Sorry, my attack bonus is, I think, +6. I think it's going to be at 25.
Christ.
No,
Alright, she still does it.
26.
Okay, she still does it, but you hit her.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright, and then we'll do 3d8 on her.
Ow.
Are they resistant to any type of damage that will matter here? I guess I shouldn't just ask that way.
You don't know.
Okay, good point. So there's a lot that I have to go through. So cold on the middle one, and on the right one, thunder. So 20 cold damage on the center, 20 thunder damage on the right.
Okay, they have this sort of reinforced, padded but flexible armor. They're fully normal neutral damage.
Okay. Then he will use the rest of his move to retreat, and I will not bog down this turn even more with the knowledge check. Pass turn.
Alright, good stuff. Alright, Alex, you're concentrating, right?
Yes.
Alright, pretty standard opening from Wade. Alright, everybody, take heart in this session of training. For those who fail to prepare shall find their preparations fail them. And then he gives a little meow.
We did it.
Bless on everyone except Turner, second level.
Well, screw
Yeah.
me then.
Woohoo!
Alright, I know,
I'm
but he's
kidding.
concentrating. Alright, and then you'll just cast Philele as a bonus action and pass turn. Maybe move a little. Probably actually adjacent to Crim just for that sweet AC bonus pass turn.
He doesn't always do that, just FYI.
Oh yeah, true. Actually, then in that case, I'll go back here. All right, pass turn. So there, I'll write down Crim.
How do I escape hold mortal?
Repeat the save at the end of the turn.
Okay. Activate Wisdom. Oh, please. 14?
That is not good enough.
Wow.
Okay.
That is one too low.
Very
I'm guessing.
close though. It was one
Yeah.
too low.
I had a feeling yours was like the same as mine, so 15.
Her ears turn red, but she can't move her jaw past to Cashmere.
Right. Cashmere is going to make a bit of a show of this.
Oh no.
And he's going to strut up to Nelfin. Going to give her a bit of a look, and then he's just going to start pummeling her.
Oh.
We're going to go with a flurry of blows to knock them down. Push, topple.
Isn't she already?
She's not top,
Is
she's
not prone.
Oh.
So this will be... Oh, I had the D4 on there ahead of time. Okay.
Wait, you don't need to roll, right? I thought it's auto crit.
On a hit.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess. Hit.
So it's a crit, basically?
Yeah, she can't defend herself. You can just hit her weak points.
Okay, well, that's...
Damage.
God, we're just kicking her like we just jumped her as part of a gang.
This is the
How
Hold
fitting.
damage.
When Hold Mortal hits, it hits.
Well, if you gotta punch her in the face 4 times if you just don't like crap on any of them.
How'd you calculate that real quick?
It's a crit, so it's 2d8, 1d8 is like full, right? Plus the 4. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That is correct.
Alright. And that means it's a dex save. Full prone.
I believe she fails automatically.
That would make sense.
Yes, she is prone.
Do the Family Guy pose.
Ow.
And as he does it, he kind of like gives a bit of a show to the one rabbit surrounding him, like slowly spinning around before going for a kick.
And since she's
Ow.
prone, you'll have advantage.
That is a nat 1.
You have advantage.
I do have advantage. 14.
Oof.
That was probably a miss though.
Cashmere, it would really help if you hit the hit right now. I'm gonna add a D8 to that.
So he doesn't embarrass himself.
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to be a badass.
All right, come on.
It was 17. enough?
17.
That will hit.
Okay.
Oh.
Monks have decent AC, and they're not typically like a fighter in plate mail, but
And this is also a crit.
they're all gonna auto crit while she's paralyzed, and if you're within 5 feet.
Okay, 19 more damage.
She's bloodied. She's
Old-
not actually bloody, but she can't take too much more of this.
Old Mortal, you know?
God, she has a lot of HP because like I did almost 30 damage to start and another 19, and she didn't become bloody until just now, so she's got a lot of HP.
Yeah.
Cashmere will say, manners, humility, what does that matter? He goes for another kick to the stomach.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
well,
Advantage.
no, advantage.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
Another attack. 15 more damage.
There's gas around the room, and like, what? How is she? Oh, that's not fair. But people are very surprised at this display. Not how they thought it would go.
Have you ever been on the streets? They play dirty. And he goes for another kick.
I'm gonna give you a resolve.
Jesus Christ.
Right in the face, too, for this one.
Oh,
No, that 24 is probably enough.
Yeah, it's an auto crit. If a 17 hit, a 24 is gonna hit.
17 more damage.
Rabbits have buck teeth typically, right?
Uh-huh.
Not anymore.
Oh,
Her eyelids flutter. She's on the verge of unconsciousness.
That is all his actions. Cashmere will leave her, like, nearly unconscious, stepping back to the group a little bit. Like, arms out. Like, how was that?
Wade gives a thumbs up.
She's all right.
That was his turn.
After seeing that particular display, Crim's actually a little nervous about doing anything. So, what he does instead, if she already seems like she's almost down, Crim will go here. What's this condition?
Some type
It's
of
that
martial
stance.
arts pose.
Oh, that curious stance. If that's the case, this is probably better. Crim will go here. He will not overdrive yet, because that he doesn't feel like he wants to draw too much attention just yet. He wants to save some cards for later, and also he still has temp HP that he doesn't want to waste by overriding. So instead, he'll be tanking here. As first, he will go for a tail attack on Nelfin,
Okay.
because he has reach with that. Is it with advantage if I'm...
Yes,
Not
it's a
with-
melee attack.
Yeah, okay. But it's not within 5 feet, so
It
it's
won't
not
auto crit.
Understood. That's fine, because it's Death's Door anyway. Okay, 26 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
No, 21 to hit, I'm sorry.
That's
Okay.
I think he just
Since I'm
assumed,
not-
yeah, you got her. She had 2 HP left.
Oh, okay, understood.
Yeah.
Not bothering with that.
I know that because it's like a little -2 that popped behind her
Yeah.
token.
Then Crim turns his attention to the one in front of him as he goes for a claw strike. Ooh, that's a good hit. I don't think I need bless, but I don't know what tricks they have, so I'm gonna roll that bless anyway.
Never hurts.
Okay, that one's actually a 26 to hit.
heat.
Since I'm not large right now, I don't get the D4, but I still enjoy the other thing. I have a +1 now to my damage too, which is very nice.
Yeah. You gotta do non-lethal necromantic mission.
6. Yeah, 5 melee, 1. Is it still necro damage?
Does it just convert one of the damage points, or does it add 1 damage? I guess the +1 10 we will.
I think it only have.
Procs.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have
it
to
only-
be bloodied, I think.
Yeah, so it only does it convert for that. So it's still I mean it's the same amount of damage, I think. It's just that
Gotcha.
one becomes necro. Anyway, 6 was the slashing damage on this. And then with his bonus action, he goes for a second strike. And I am remembering bless. Oh, that's a bad hit.
No.
Hang on. Oh yeah, there's no fucking shot. 13.
Miss.
No. Okay. Pass turn.
Barnum, he weaves, still gets cut a little bit, and then again takes that same stance. Pass to Alex.
Okay. Well, seeing as I no longer need to try to make anybody frozen. Oh, I forgot I have that option. Can I occupy... I guess I can occupy this... Can I occupy this space right here?
Yeah, because it gets to the edge of the room, so sure.
I imagine someone would probably just like maybe move on the way or back into the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm
no.
going to specifically try to aim this so that I don't hit Nelfin, like, raise it up a little bit.
Oh, well, she's on the ground, so that should be fine, yeah?
I'm gonna hit the guys on the other side.
You probably
Oh, no.
will if you're doing something that's gonna go that far. You might.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Lightning Bolt. And
would you
I
hypothetically be able to aim it downward-ish from that high angle so it grazes Nelfin, but then it strikes the area like right here?
I don't think he'd have such fine control to not hit Nelfin, but to hit that spot on the floor.
It's non-lethal, you know?
Yeah, that's true. It won't kill any of them. And I am going to use Wild Resurgence to avoid spending a spell slot.
Wow, that
Or
sounds cool.
it's not Wild Resurgence, it's Natural Recovery.
Yep.
But I
Damn,
need
that's good.
them each to make a Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. They look about as ready for this sort of thing as one could be. They have advantage on this.
Ooh.
Much putting in work this combat, Jesus.
Monks with evasion.
Yeah, I don't know what that stance is. I don't recognize it.
One on the left gets a 16, one on the right gets a 20.
Ooh.
Those will both pass. They possibly have evasion. 31 lightning damage on a failed save, half on a success. So 15 on a success.
Oh, at least they don't have evasion.
Ow.
So they're not level 7 yet.
And
Even their HP.
25, 30. I will move back to here.
That will provoke.
I will point out that Adior has already taken a reaction.
This stance grants her additional reactions.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Try to
Pain
strike
time.
you. With a single attack roll. That's cocked.
Yeah, that was cocked.
Yeah. I'm just double checking my notes on this one, make sure, because this is complicated. This is a turn, but it's not her turn. Okay, yeah, that will be 18 to hit.
Barely enough to hit.
Oof.
She attacks with precision with a rapier, poking you. You take 14 damage. Piercing.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Doesn't it become bludgeoning, I guess?
Right, yeah.
That it really makes a difference.
Does it?
I don't have, like, resistance or anything.
When
Alright.
the rapier hits you, it kind of like is diffused into more of a like a punch feeling.
It's like
All right.
everyone has a bulletproof vest on.
Pass turn.
Yeah, it's like that. Okay, her turn. Her stance switches, and she rushes forward, bringing her blades to bear. Multi-attack. Says, "Your wizardry isn't cheap, but not welcome here." She attacks you. Okay, this is where it gets a little complicated. One sec.
Alright, 30 seconds.
Stunning strike. Stunning strike. Stunning strike.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. First, I shall roll to hit with these dice. I shall
That
do
are
that
in your
now.
hand right now, this very second.
She'll actually move here.
Oh no.
Okay, to hit you, I have 11, 15, and 22.
One hit.
Okay, because is this the first hit on you this turn? Her first damage is precise. It does some extra damage. You take 16 bludgeoning from that one.
Are you bloodied from that?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Don't be a
I'm
child.
at the wrong unit.
And with the rebound off that attack, she kind of used that momentum to spin it around and make an attack on you, Turner, leaving.
Can't cleave with a rapier, you cheater.
23 to hit Turner.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Even with mage armor and shield, I'm not getting past that.
You take 2 damage.
Oh.
Like, I don't think I'm gonna survive this battle. I only have 3 temp HP left.
It's not that OP. Okay. And then... Oh, I forgot. Oh, okay. Sorry. That damage actually would have been a crit on you, Alex, even though it was not a nat 20. It is still a critical hit because of her critical threat feature. So you would take an additional, I guess, I'm maxing the damage die, so 8 damage.
Okay.
Pain.
Big pain.
Okay. And lastly, bonus action. Gonna starts weaving, wipe some sweat off, recover some of her stamina past turn.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Monks, man.
Turn
Alright,
kind.
Alex's turn to recover, I guess.
Turn roll kind of.
Are there any layer actions?
No, I rolled max on that, so it's 20 health. Yep.
Oh, it's Alex's turn. Wait, no, it's not Alex's turn. It's
Turner's.
Turn.
Turner's turn.
Turner's turn.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Adio who just went. Turn will kind of just look to her and then just say, if only a bully would hit a man in glasses. I would like to cast Mind Sliver on her.
Okay.
Make an intelligence save.
Oh no. Ooh, I did get 19.
Ah, that's gonna succeed.
Does she take any damage?
It's a cantrip, so no.
Yeah, cantrips are always savored, suck.
Oh.
Damn, I thought it was funny too.
I feel like a cantrip that's savor half would be so OP.
Yeah,
There are certain
that's definitely-
features that allow you to do that. If you're like an evocation wizard.
Ooh. Neat.
Okay, well then we'll just go with the tried and true. Place a cloud of with a quicken spell. Place a cloud of daggers right here. It's been pretty useful, so why not stick with it?
Oh no.
Some movement.
Why is it not?
And you'll provoke an action from the extraordinarily dangerous casters.
Oh, you can't see it here, so I'll just put it right there. Oh, slash 4d4. Take that much.
She takes that right now?
Yeah. But when you enter the
What
spell
was the-
area and when you end your turn in the space.
Oh, so not. Right.
Oops, I
Okay.
deleted her.
No!
But is she entering the spells area right now?
Well, no, I think when
Well,
the spell
When the
moves into
cube
your area.
space up. Let's see.
Unless we change how it works again.
As a
This
magic
one's
action. When the cube space enters a creature space, or a creature enters the cube or ends its turn inside it.
yeah. So right now it should, since the cube is entering her space.
Oh, there. Okay, got it.
So yeah, pass turn. I just hope I don't lose concentration immediately.
Alright. Let's see. I have a question for you, Tal. So, where are the doors in this room?
There, at the. Yeah, those ones.
I see. I see. So, at the left and right? Gotcha. And then, you said, Turner, you're able to move the Cloud of Daggers, right?
You can.
And when does she take this damage again?
When she enters the space, or the cube, or it enters her space, basically when they get on the same space, or when she ends her turn within it.
Gotcha. So did she take that damage immediately as soon as you
Yes.
cast it, or?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. In that case, let's try something fun. The doors are unlocked, right, Tal?
Yeah. You think?
All right.
They used to be unlocked. Maybe they
Alright.
still are.
Tal, you roll good on one insight. Please roll shit on another. Wade will step here. He just points to her and just points to the door and he just says, "Please leave." Dissonant whisper. Give me a DC 15 in save.
On
Please.
Adiore, the one between Alex and Turner?
Correct.
Oh my god.
12.
Oh,
He
you're
just
fucked.
runs out.
Oh my god.
All right. I believe. Let me double check the damage on this. I think it's 46 psychic. Let me roll that.
He's vulnerable to psychic damage.
Really?
Vulnerable to psychic damage. Damn, rabbits are dumb.
We just use its reaction. Immediately use its reaction if available to move as far away from you as the speed allows. It doesn't move into obviously dangerous areas. And I imagine she could open the door on her turn.
No, she runs into the door.
Yeah, I think because
Okay.
it's explicit. I think opening a door is explicitly an object interaction. However, it does take her out of. It will make Alex be able to freely move, which is very nice.
Wait. So she can't open the door during her reaction?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it would.
Well,
it
that
would
depends
be,
on.
by the rules, it would be an object interaction to do that. So I think it's fair if not.
All right. Well, in that case, Tal, could
It's a
I?
push door.
Tal, could I just move? I can move. I can reach the door with my movement. Can I just have Wade have gone around, open the door?
Please leave. I think for that was
Does
your
he have to
intent.
move?
That was your intent, and it was just like a misunderstanding of the rules. I think that's a fair.
If
She
you're at
goes,
the... Yeah, she wouldn't go
she
that way
goes
anymore.
directly away from you.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
So unless you have the movement to return.
You think she'd go to the door, but she might not have the wherewithal right now and the ability to, like, open it and mess with it.
All
You
right.
should do it anyway, actually.
It's still great.
I mean, it's still a good move because it frees up Alex and Turner to actually GTFO.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have a cool thing I can do with it, so.
All right. And I guess
Enter
I'll
through
roll.
the door.
All right.
Maybe.
All right. And I guess I'll roll it. So, got it. Position-wise, all right.
You had been 1 north there when you did it.
It would. Oh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there.
That
Yeah.
might be all your movement to get over there.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. So it'd be like
25 feet to
25.
get there.
25 to get there, and then he moved like another 5 up.
Like right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so she'll go over this way?
What?
So, you want to know something incredibly stupid?
Oh no.
I have Warcaster, so I can cast a spell in place of an opportunity attack.
Oh my god.
I'm going to cast Infestation on her,
Oh my god.
Oh no.
so I need her to make a con save.
This is so bad. What is this synergy? Wait, does Dissonant Whispers doesn't it
Yes,
have a
it does
clause
for-
about
It
It
does
does
provoke
provoke.
opportunity attacks, yes.
Shit, I didn't know that. That is crazy synergy.
8.
Okay, that will fail. Have this feature as well that I keep forgetting about. She is going to take 7 points of poison damage and 8 points of fire damage.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Oh wait, no, I don't have that feature until level 7. Forget it, 7 poison.
Just 7 poison.
What is she infested with?
A bunch of little, like, cockroaches and stuff start crawling out of the
that.
cracks in the ground.
Okay, some of the audience, not the escorts, but like some of these class attendees, like, what is that? Oh my god! Oh, make room!
It's a plague doctor.
Well, I guess
First
I
you got
can
the
use the. I guess I can use the D8. Oh, it has to be a D6 because we're playing on hexes.
Oh yeah.
1, 2. She moves to this space.
Okay, what a combo.
Turner will also bonker with the staff. Go to horny jail. Okay, I'm done.
Oh man, I'm gonna kick him.
Pick him.
All right. After that, I'll make some magic stones and pass turn.
His turn.
Nelfin's down, so that is Cashmere's turn.
Okay. What's her name doing?
You can hover your mouse over.
Her is injured.
All right.
Injured.
Cashmere will once again waltz over and prepare to kick them into the wall.
Oof.
He's actually going to use Flurry of Blows Shock, so they have to spend a reaction doing nothing.
Okay.
So we're going to do a...
I think sure to use her reaction, by the way.
Isn't she the monk that gets like multiple?
With the stance.
Who knows exactly what she's doing right now?
She used one to run away.
It's true.
Okay, your call if you want to. If you want to do that.
Let's go for the topple instead. Topple instead.
Okay, I make a dex save.
Dex save.
Topple.
I don't have advantage anymore. Man, 7.
They fall.
It's advantage time.
Oof.
First.
Oh, and you talk so big. What happened there?
Cashmere. Holy crap.
He is like the least monkey monk I've ever seen. But I'm
I
all
thought he
for
was
it, though.
rejected from this school, clearly.
9 damage.
9, okay.
And with the second part of the flurry blows, he will attack again. This time advantage. Doesn't matter. I'll go for the crit though. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it is a crit.
One.
More damage.
Hey, max damage.
Max damage.
Bloodied.
2 more attacks. Let's keep going.
Crim's eyes glint. What did you say? No, he's not. He doesn't have damage yet to take advantage of that.
Jesus, okay.
You're going high today.
Roll for another crit. Let's see what happens. That was almost a crit. Okay. 10 more damage. And 1 more kick to the gut. While they're down on the ground. 15? Oh, it's advantage. Never mind.
Ow.
And 8 more damage.
This was productive.
That is
very
his turn.
therapeutic.
Yeah, he's kind of putting a bit more into it than he usually does. So, that's his turn.
Can
All right. Considering the nature of what is currently happening, it seems wise to keep here, actually, because Crim's probably not going to take down someone who just got to bloodied, and it's good to keep the other one busy and not go after the squishies. So, as such, Crim will just continue with what he's doing. He will go for a bite.
You're attacking the one in the stance, right?
Yes, I'm currently attacking the one in the stance. We'll see how that goes.
Disadvantage.
20. The +1 means I add a 1 to this now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Neat. 24.
Is that with disadvantage?
No, it's not. Turner says so.
What?
Don't forget your bless.
I'm using my feature to remove the disadvantage.
Okay,
Yeah,
so normally
alright.
in this stance she's harder to hit, but you neutralize that, okay. 24 will hit.
I won't complain
Wait,
about
24?
that. Yes, it was a 24.
Okay, she spends a reaction to try and do something, but you still hit it.
Okay, spends a reaction. Keyword. Alright. Wow, min damage on the bite. That's very unfortunate. Eight damage.
You're adding +1 to that as well from the weapon?
Yes.
Ew.
And then he goes for claws. A higher number. Does that matter?
Spends another reaction trying to block it.
Okay. It did technically matter.
Yeah.
Ooh. 12 slashing damage. Bonus action, final claw strike. Oh. Bless might help me here. Never mind. 14.
Do you want to use your result?
Yeah. It's a claw strike.
Okay.
He's only here for tanking right now to keep this person busy. Pass turn.
That's fair. Well, how do they react, Tal?
As he parries that last one, he opens himself up, kind of spins around you, starts attacking you, and possibly Cashmere.
Crim has an uh-oh looking expression when he misses that one time. His eyes bulge out.
And by you and maybe Cashmere, I mean really goes for Cashmere. Like, wow, really wants to bring Cashmere to unconsciousness immediately.
He will try.
He will try. Okay, flare multi-attack. Okay.
Not only does Cashmere have the DPS aggro, but he also has the story aggro.
Which is the important one.
I just rolled 3 of the same number. Does a 19 hit you?
Ooh.
Yes, it does.
Okay, I'm gonna roll this on the calculator then.
Alright, what's your AC, Cashmere?
17.
Alright, Cashmere, watch out for the flanking strike. I'll add a d8 to one of those.
God.
Thankfully, you didn't get a 1,
Wow.
so that'll only be 2 attacks a hit now.
Narrowly enough.
Okay, then that will be only 3 d8. You take 24 bludgeoning,
Cashmere?
and yes.
He will deflect it, because he can do that.
And just like one of them, I guess.
Okay.
So he deflects half of that, basically.
And please to try and hit Crim, but gets an 8.
No.
Bonus action, gets into the groove, heals a bit, pass to Alex.
Guess what? I'm not a wizard. And I am not in very good health, so I'm going to put everything I've got into trying to heal myself as much as possible. I'm going to upcast Cure Wounds at rank 3.
Okay.
Healing is viable now. That's great. Jesus.
Wow, that was a garbage roll. That I heal for 21.
Little below average, but not too bad.
And I think I'll actually stay where I am. Maybe I'll move to here. Then I'll pass turn.
I accidentally deleted Adiori from the initiative. Where was she? We muted
He
one.
was...
She was right before Turner.
Yeah.
We were both right.
I was just more selfish about it.
Stands up. Has the audacity to, with kind of some free fingers on her rapier hand, get a handkerchief that's kind of sweaty but still looks dainty. Like wipe some of the broken skin and fur on her face. Provoking, no. And then she will...
Yeah, I parry that action.
Yeah, roll the parry. Flavor parry, you want to?
Yeah, you know what? I'll roll a d20 and see what happens. Slap it out of her.
Reaction.
You are not quick enough to parry her daintiness.
Damn it!
And she will... she enter the stance? Yes, she'll enter the stance, get into the groove, heal a bit, pass to Turner.
Turner just kind of like just looks at her and then just says, "We're still doing this, are we?" And he'll send the daggers her way.
Oh.
Wrong person?
Oh wait, no, he had a Dior do it, or oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, no, he wouldn't have said that then, because there'd been no point to say that. He'll just send it to her way now.
Oh.
I got all these. There's like 3 new names. I'm not used to who's who yet. Nope.
And if you hover your mouse over, you can see their names.
Well, I had thought that Tal had gotten rid of her on the initiative because she was down, so that was just my assumption. Okay, she'll take 8 damage there.
She took a toe.
She's still up.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then we will do I want to do a quicken spell here? Looks like we're kind of getting there, aren't we? Oh, I guess still make sure. Yeah, we'll quicken a chaos bolt.
Change the condition. That looks more accurate to what I want.
Or how many people would you say are crowded around let's say Cashmere within 10 feet?
As the tokens are roughly representative of other creatures.
Okay. Oh god, do I want to use my last second low spell? I can get it back on an intermediate rest. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna upcast a shatter. Well, not upcast, but we're gonna cast a quickened shatter.
Oh.
And he'll use careful spell to negate the damage on Cashmere, Crim, and not wolf person here.
Okay.
I can do it to up to 4 creatures. So please have them make con saves, I believe.
Oh no, this bypasses the stance.
I'm sorry, so I don't have to worry about this.
No, you do not. Nobody.
Okay, just making
only
sure.
those 2 rabbits in combat have to worry.
Understood. God, careful spell is so much better now.
Cashmere's a rabbit in combat.
Oh no. Turners become racist.
Not the best. Not the best damage roll there, but 8 damage on a fail.
21 and 17.
Okay, so they take 4 damage. Damn. How high is the ceiling here?
8 feet.
Damn it. Okay.
No flying
point.
here.
Yeah, no point in flying past turn.
Oh, 8 feet. Crim can't even take advantage of overdrive anyway, I don't think.
So, are they both in the stance right now, or no?
Just the
No,
one with
just-
the. Look at the icons.
Oh, all right, gotcha. That sounds good. All right, in that case, for Wade, nothing too fancy. Covering fire as the Wade unloads onto the upper one with some magic stones. So it's gonna be, let's see, D20 plus 7 plus 1d4. Don't fail me now. Aha! Yeah, nice. All right, first hit is going to do 10 force damage, and then with multi-attack he's going to fire again, and because of the Vex property, he has advantage on this one.
Oh, okay.
7 plus 4. Which I'm going to probably need. Haha.
Better.
Yay! Nice, yay.
Apparently, advantage now just means we roll the blessed die as well.
Oh, sorry. That won't happen again. But yeah, take another 8 points of force damage. And I'll make some more magic stones and call it a turn.
Owie. Okay. Nelson groans. Cashmere's turn.
Cashmere, seeing the rabbit in front of him, use the hanky to wipe the face. Furrows his brow furiously. And this is, to be clear, this is bonus action. He will go for a stunning strike straight to their throat.
Good shit.
The one that's in the stance, right?
The one right in front of me, yes, right here.
Okay, this will be with disadvantage then if it's an attack roll.
Okay, the flavor thing is still right, but he's gonna go for regular attack first.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't declare stunning strike until you hit.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'll just attack
it's like
three.
it's like a smite now. Neat.
It's always worked like that.
I'll attack 3 times then. This was with disadvantage, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So, all that.
I don't think you re-roll the bless.
No, you don't.
Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. Doesn't hit.
Oof.
On the next one, I'll cast. I'll do the reaction to negate your disadvantage. I can do it one more time.
Okay, in that case, this one will be the stunning strike one.
Or is it more times now?
Oh. Wait, did I say disadvantage? I haven't
you
always
did.
been saying disadvantage, have I?
Yeah.
You said that a couple of times for Crim. It was relevant for Crim as well. Turner undid that for my bite. Then I got
Okay.
lucky with my other hit.
Yeah.
Then
thought it adds to
totally
AC.
missed the other. Yeah, it was either. I thought it was. I was under the impression that it was AC and disadvantage.
I may have messed up a little bit. Okay, for this, no disadvantage for these, but she'll use her reaction to add AC. Yes.
Yeah, shit.
So does a 19 hit?
No, she's able to parry that.
Does a 20
Okay, so
hit?
the first one. Okay, so the 19 was the first roll he made, so that was parried with a reaction. Does a 20 hit, or does she use another reaction to parry it?
Another reaction to parry.
All right, Cashmere, we need you to hit that one. All right. Add
24.
That will hit.
All right, this will be a stunning strike. Yes, indeed. Constitution saving throw.
Oh, not bad at those. 15. No, 12.
Dang.
Oh.
Is
That's
that
stunned.
that actually is a fail? So they get stunned.
Ow.
And we're gonna go for a punch. Straight to the throat. 9 damage.
Okay.
And last strike.
You have
Punch him right in the
advantage.
gut. I do have advantage. I'm gonna re-roll it as it is. Ignore the blah 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 1d4.
Really wants to use a third reaction, but can't.
So
Hits
8.
it.
All right.
Damn, 3 reactions. What are you, a Hydra?
9 more damage.
Your DM lets you have 3 reactions?
Crazy. Oh, and with the stunning strike, since I count as a bonus action, I get to use wholeness of body. So I get to heal a little bit.
Ooh.
And
Wait.
heal 9 myself.
Thought you used Stunning Strike as part of your regular attack
Yeah, you
because you
didn't do
missed with
Flurry
your
of
first
Blows.
attack. Well, that doesn't have to be with Flurry
Oh,
of
okay,
Blows.
sorry.
It could be with his bonus action martial arts attack. But I thought he
Yeah.
opened up with his bonus action attack and missed with it. Anyway, whatever.
It doesn't matter. I did want to specify that, yeah, the stunning strike is the one that's the bonus action.
What's up, bonus action? Oh, I see.
Yeah, because if you use a focus point as a bonus action, during a bonus action, then I can heal.
Well, I think it wouldn't count because you opened with your bonus attack and then you went to your regular action. So that's probably why it wouldn't technically affect you.
Alright, yeah, I'll just say you didn't do it then. To be fair.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, you spent the bonus action.
Okay. That's his turn.
Alright,
Not
so pretty awesome
bad.
turn there.
Alright. Since they're stunned but not paralyzed, so there's no point in trying to get into melee with that one, right?
Only if you want to attack with advantage.
That's right.
No, I can still do. I'm just making sure for the purpose of. Anyway, Crim sidles over. Doesn't really want to provoke anything from these guys because their punches seem very scary, and Crim doesn't want to risk anything of that. So instead, he'll go from here, standing by Barnum, but goes for 2 tail thwacks. To the person down below.
Whack him.
First hit is 17?
Heat.
Oh yeah, they can't do the reaction anymore.
Ha! Loser!
Well, isn't that quaint? Okay, that's actually decent damage. 16 bludgeoning damage.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh
Also,
shit. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Crim goes, yeah, the first thwack is like, boom, and just like plants them into the ground more or less flat. And then Crim's like raising his tail to go for another, like, oh. And then What?
You know what's unfortunate is that she has to end her next turn there.
Oh.
God.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, but it's non-lethal, so I guess. I don't know how this works.
It's like being punched over and over by a bunch of flying fists.
Yeah. And with Crim's second action, realizing that she's already down and also seeing the cloud of daggers going, he's like, and with his second attack, he grabs Adjor and drags her up a little bit past turn.
Yay.
Okay, nice.
Give the resolve.
I'll
Resolve.
take it.
Resolve!
Then lets her go after that.
Okay. Charnam with a swallow of nervousness that you two in melee can hear enters the stance past Alex.
The stance.
Okay. I think probably my best bet is to try to get her without attacking. I will cast Infestation on her. 88 Constitution saving throw.
Is that a cantrip?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
18.
Wow.
18 will succeed. I will pass turn.
Turner just sighs and then just repeats, I guess we are still doing it then. And now this one gets the daggers.
Oh shit.
Ah.
Owie!
Perfectly average damage. And he'll just go take a seat over here as he waits for this to finish.
Such a dick.
Pass turn.
This
What
seems,
a wizard thing to do.
this seems to break some social rule in the room. There's like a lot of rude looks at you for doing this.
Oh my god.
Wait, turn.
It's such a power move, though.
All right, let's wrap this up. All right, I figure like even if if she reactions this, I'll still waste her reactions on my Piddly-ass attacks. So yeah, he'll just unload on.
What piddly attacks are.
He'll just unload on her. But then I'll have a chance at hitting then.
That's true.
So he'll offload with a magic stone. All right, 21.
Parries, miss.
Aha! All right. You're playing right into our hands. Plus 1d4. The second strike.
Same thing.
Yeah. Thanks. All right, you guys can do the rest.
Wow.
Pass turn.
He looks like he still has enough mobility and like footwork to maybe do one more reaction, but that's it.
All right, yeah, and he'll make some magic stones and pass turn.
You know, I'm a little worried because I'm pretty sure this is not going to be our only fight this round. So anyone who wasted a lot of their resources here, Crim has not. So if you need Crim to pull some heavy lifting next time.
I used all my second level spells, but I still have all my third and half of my first, so I should be pretty good.
Only thing I used a lot of is my inspirations, but like, if I get a short rest, I can get those back.
Yeah, so Cashmere, he knows the fight is decided at this point, and he gives a smirk at Turner, like, yeah. And he just goes for 2 regular strikes. Let's see how this goes. Parried.
Yes, parried. Wait, yes, parried.
Do I want to resolve that, though?
I don't think you get it to after you already know the result. After, like, the DM tells you the result.
You have to use it on a failure, so I guess.
Okay, I'll just do another attack then.
Yeah. That is a hit.
Alright. 9 damage.
Ow.
And as bonus action, he is going to shake off some of the dust from his shirt on this body. That doesn't even heal to full. That's kind of lame, but alright. That's his turn.
Okay. Crim?
Crim?
Okay, Crim's turn. There is not much extra that he has to think about now, as he realizes he's thinking to himself, I just saved your friend. But even then, he's just like reluctantly going for his usual attacks. So he goes for Bite. A higher number than before, like well above 24 actually with that bless.
Okay, ow.
Turner will yell out to you, is this one male or female?
Male.
Hold him in place if you can.
Oh, well, no, he
That's your
can't
call.
because he's not overdrive. He's not overdrive right now, so he can't do that.
Okay. Or at least not as easily.
Yeah.
That's fair.
15, no, 16 now. 16, technically bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
And
Lethal?
with when Turner shouts that, he goes for it, as he goes for a claw strike, but not really because it's actually a grapple attempt.
But still the best. Haha.
Oof, no, I don't even know if that parries. I don't know if she can
he
parry,
can.
but
Yeah, I think he's out of those. Remember, we're at the end of the session if you want to resolve.
you're right, I can do that. I'll do that. Quick question. So, a grapple attempt will not utilize the +1. Even though... Yeah, it won't.
Right, it's an
Yeah,
unarmed
okay.
strike.
I mean... Well, doesn't matter anyway, because that was actually a pretty good resolve roll. 28.
Yes.
Alright, she is now grappled. Pass turn.
Can he get out?
The hand. Okay, on my turn. He is grappled. Let's see, what does this impose?
His movement speed is 0. I think that's about all it does.
Does
he
he get
can break
advantage
it.
against you or something?
Is that anything now?
No, disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than the grappler. Okay.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know we had new effects for it. Cool.
This is the true way that Crim tanks.
Unhand me, beast! And breaks from this stance, although you broke the stance for him, and goes for the flurry attacks.
Oh no. Crim looks sad when he's called a beast, and that catches him off
But-
guard.
but he's like cosplaying as a beast.
Well, in terms of creature class, he's a dragon, not
No,
a
I,
beast.
I said cosplays.
12, 21, and 11.
The 21 hits.
No crits. Okay, then you will take 2d8. 14 bludgeoning.
Ouch.
And does a cleave with disadvantage against Cashmere.
You will try.
15.
Nope.
Ow.
He's too nimble.
Okay, struggles without success to break free. Alright, it's clear. You've won. Unhand me. I surrender. Clang clang on the wooden panels go his blades.
Turner, before his turn ends, will drop the concentration.
Crim
Yeah.
releases. Just imagine. Yeah, Crim releases. He seems to be well trained enough to understand surrender.
It's more than I know.
Turner does look.
Wow.
Hey.
That's fucked.
God. Turner does look a little sheepish at all the dirty looks, but he he tries not to show it. He'll kind of like pick himself up.
Oh, that was a good spar.
He takes the show dog stance again and looks at all of the onlookers. Was that good? Was that good? He's thinking.
There's some looks of before it was like, oh, interest and curiosity. Now there's respect, some fear, maybe a little bit of awe. A couple clearing of throats. A couple of them are like, yeah, we can take it from here. Escorts. We'll tend to them.
Tend to them.
Much appreciated. I'm sure Wade will go down to one of them, do like the pot hands against the neck just to make sure they're all right.
Yeah, they're definitely like moaning and groaning.
Turner actually will kind of look to the people who were escorting them, and then as well as Cashmere. Well, after the impromptu skirmish, spar, whatever you'd call this, we might not look proper.
Oh, whatever. He turns back to the others and says, "Now that was humility. Remember it."
Wow.
Roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay.
I guess just to kind of convey what I was getting at, I was trying to see if we can get a short rest in by buying us a little time.
I would much like that.
I forgot how to do the advantage thing. Yeah, whatever. I'll roll it twice.
I like to do that too. I just want to see them all fall, Oh.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the dice tell a story, folks.
What happened?
You got
That's
that 20.
There's a clap, fearful laugh, but clap equivalent, and half the class joins in. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the lesson. Much appreciated. We understand now.
Cashmere looks very satisfied.
Do you all want to rest up here, or shall we head out?
As I said, I think we should maybe take a moment to wipe the blood off of. Kind of just looking at three of you guys now. I don't want to make
This
it
member's
more,
we'll give you the studio, and they help Nelfin and Adiore up, and the escort people, guards, they give you some space.
All right.
Alright. Good to take a chill pill for a bit.
And just as they are kind of started to lick their wounds, I'm guessing do they all clear out, or they just are they on a different side of the room?
Yeah, they would all clear out except for your escort of 6 people.
Okay.
So certainly a good confidence builder.
Turner kind of looked at Cash and then say, well, it's obvious there's a story behind that person.
Find them? Oh.
Well,
I mean, I barely know them. I mean, I barely know any of them.
Well, were they step siblings? Were they?
Yeah, half siblings.
Well, there's a difference between the two, but I guess for those of you that care about those things.
Well, I don't really care. For dicks.
It's a special privilege to have someone hate you and not care about them a lick. Nice. And also, you fought well, Alex. Good job.
Yeah, seriously. Nice job.
Thanks, I guess.
Crim just smiles widely at Alex. Doesn't do anything else.
Certainly set the tide in our direction at the beginning.
You may question if you're needed, but you're certainly wanted.
Damn, that's a good line.
Yay.
Never said anything about not feeling needed.
Fair enough. Now, we have a different form of aggressive negotiations ahead of us.
The arrest is interrupted by one of those rabbits who was watching kind of come back in sheepishly. Hey, sirs, thank you for the demonstration. Do any of you have a studio in town? Do you teach swordplay or the combat you demonstrated? Looking especially at Cashmere and Crim.
Crim seems befuddled by this. He has no idea whatsoever how to transfer his fighting techniques to someone.
Used to. Not anymore.
No.
Would I be able to do a history check to maybe compare what he was able to see from their styles and I guess any of the travels he might have been to, any dojos he might have seen, or monasteries?
Sure. Whose style though?
just kind of get a glean at the styles that the people they just fought.
Oh, them.
Would it be history or would it be
sure.
something else?
Yeah, you could do history, or if you have the lore skill, martial. No, that's Pathfinder.
18.
You have to nerd out at least once per session, right?
Of course.
That's good. 18. You would identify them, if we're talking class terms, like studying them. They were fighters closely. They just used a particular fighting form. I guess it is monk-like in some regards, but you wouldn't liken it to like a dojo or some secret practice or something forgotten. You think it would be more like simply modern dual-wielding swordplay of a particular style that creates great defensive benefits and then great offensive benefits. Yeah, you maybe have seen things like this once or twice. It's not exactly unique. I don't have a specific name for
That's
it.
fair.
Let's
That's
call
fair.
it parry and flurry style.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
I suppose.
Okay.
Did Crim want to say anything at all, or does he just look like a cute dragon?
Crim is still undercover, and also he's very glad he is undercover. Hello?
We can hear.
Hey.
Hello?
Hey.
Okay,
Hello.
just making sure.
Mhm.
My computer was having a moment with the graphics, but I guess the display is just fine. Crim just says, not says anything, in fact, because he suddenly has horrible stage fright at the idea of teaching someone how to fight when he doesn't even know how to do any of that. So he kind of his eyes just do the bug out thing as he just looks at them and then desperately looks at the others like, I don't know how to do this. And instead kind of just takes a stance, and he genuinely has no idea how he can possibly teach someone his fighting style because they don't even have the same like musculature.
Yeah. You see his eyes become like three-dimensional, bulging out a little bit on either side.
Okay. Turner would kind of would then say, I guess per the rule, I don't know of any fighting styles that I would have learned similar to this, but there are some that I've seen in this world, but it would probably take you far away from these lands.
And Cashmere, you'd said something like, not anymore, or not right now, or something?
Yeah, not anymore. Used to.
Anymore, okay. Alright, well, my parents would not take kindly to that suggestion. Thank you then for the teaching points, and I wish you a good day.
If you want to master the art of throwing stones like I do, and if he makes a magic stone and tosses it to her, you can now do it exactly as well as I can.
Well,
She catches it. Thank you very much. Politely, and just backs out.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. What's your name, by the way? I'm Wade. Crossing.
Wade Crossing. As if there's some magic that prevents her from understanding that this is... Sorry, just trolling. I am Solier. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
They're now going to become the party mascot, and we'll protect them with our life.
Yeah, she has 5 HP.
Crim just... Actually, as Crim is stops being 2-stage fright, I'm not going to roll well on this. I know I'm not. But he does a minor insight check on the nature of these students in general, for them to even ask of his fighting style. How sheltered are these students to not realize the nature of fighting styles against people beyond the walls of the town and so on and so forth?
Yeah, you can roll insight, sure.
So that's not bad. 15.
15. Big vibes of rich kids. Like late teens, early 20s. Probably have not traveled at all. Yeah. Doesn't mean they're unskilled. They clearly have some pretty powerful tutors, but they don't know much about how fighting works and all the flavors it comes in.
Interesting.
Also, just for the memes to make us look cool while we're in this prim and proper place, Wade will ritual cast Unseen Servant and have it hold our ship.
Wow.
What's it look like?
Well, it says invisible, mindless, shapeless. Unfortunately, I wish it was cooler.
The escort casts see invisibility. What's it look like? Just kidding.
What's it look like? It's unseen.
At
It's
that
a
point-
mimic you with no cover.
Oh god.
No.
I think it looks like another soldier in uniform with just a rucksack behind.
What if casting Unseen Invisibility causes the spell to just like go away because it has to be unseen?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, the escorts have, once you give them, okay, we're good to go, they would lead you on the way you were going before you were so politely / rudely interrupted.
Hey, we do have a thing about politeness.
Another-
Let's get. Sorry, go on.
So we do we get a short rest?
Yes.
Here's your new temp HP.
10. Nice.
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 Some more light-spilled corridors with the wide windows and frilly, semi-transparent, rich curtains. There's candelabras that are lit unnecessarily as you pass, paintings on the wall, rabbits all, and a few moments later you come to the end of a grand corridor with what must be some rather important room beyond, maybe a ballroom, a dining room, a vast business meeting room. And a couple other doors aside that are kind of ajar. You hear voices on the other side. And I think that's where we have to call it.
Voices.
All right.
We made it.
Oh wow, someone rated our stream.
Rated?
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
man.
Right on time for
Hey.
it to be.
I don't know when that happened. I don't see the time stamp for it, but hey, welcome.
It would have been relatively recently. Welcome
Cool.
and goodbye. Join the Discord to continue following the fun.
Join the Discord.
We'll be our next session will be in a week, starting 3 hours before this time now. Thank you all for joining. We'll see you next time.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Peace and love.
See you